The next event on God's prophetic calendar is the rapture. That is the next thing that's going to happen. The word rapture means to seize, grasp, or grab. And it refers to Christ coming to retrieve his church, believers who have accepted him as Savior. That is the next event on the prophetic calendar.
Whenever anyone brings up the end of the age or the subject of the return of the Lord, invariably someone responds by quoting a verse from Matthew 24 where Jesus said, "No one knows the day or the hour." What I wanted to do is address the distortion of that statement as it's used to discourage people from knowing, from studying, from understanding this issue of the signs of the times, the end of the age, and the return of the Lord. I want to say at the outset, we have no interest in date setting. We have no interest in saying, at Tuesday at 4 p.m., Jesus is going to return. We have no interest in that. What we have interest in is discernment, tender hearts, clear eyes, and intentionality to live before the Lord in a focused way.
In fact, here's what he told them in John chapter 14, verses 1 to 3. St. John 14, 1 to 3 says this: "Do not let your heart be troubled," because they were troubled. "Believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many dwelling places. If it were not so, I would have told you, for I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, there you may be also." That is the first specific reference to the rapture. I'm coming to receive you back to me. During this interim, I am preparing a place. That word prepare doesn't mean to construct something. It means to make preparation for something. And I am going to come again. Now, our dilemma is he didn't say when. All he said was, "I'm coming back to receive you to me. But I got to leave now." And so they were troubled. They were troubled because Jesus was not physically there.
Let's make this more succinct for these purposes of, did Jesus really mean no one can know and no one should know? Or did he just mean no one knows? And if you remain in your ignorance, there will be consequences for it. I believe that's actually what he was meaning by saying no one knows. He wasn't saying you can't know, and he wasn't saying you shouldn't know, and he definitely wasn't saying you shouldn't pursue the knowing of it. He was simply saying no one knows. There's a number of reasons why I believe that you can know and the Lord actually requires you to know. And chief among them is the fact that in Matthew 24 and 25, of the 7 times that he uses the word know, the majority of them, -2, is a command to know. We'll look at it in a second. But these 2 exceptions are you don't know. So when you compare the 2 statements that you don't know to the 5 statements that you must know, the conclusion is quite simple at that point.